With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. This will be caught by Brown. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag
Still
came out. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Mahomes now to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Mahomes going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. That'll give him 8 that time. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Mahomes. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Fights loose. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are on the board here first in the season opener. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And leading the charge, their lefty QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. It's a gain of a yard, and the Steelers are going to have a first down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Back to Stevenson on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's look at it. He'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They run once more with Stevenson. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Shakes off the sack. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year, and this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Rolling to his right, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw, and that will be incomplete. The Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. The tight end in motion right. Now here's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steelers offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Makes it third down and 12 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And the man in coverage was Trent McDuffie.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing now is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 33, here's 2nd and a yard. It's complete to Brown, right side. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And now here comes Kansas City. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this underneath to Stevenson. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Dana able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile. They'll look to throw here. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
A gain of 12. First down, Kansas City.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Room past the 35. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Mahomes now to throw. This will be caught by Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Mahomes going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A 10-play drive that time. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now here's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. A short one there to Freiermuth. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. To throw, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's laid out deep for Rice, and that is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made it a tip.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 2.
In motion left goes a tight end. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. No hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal, Kansas City.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the LA Chargers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
Again, it's Stevenson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That one goes for 8 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. That one caught by Rice. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd and a couple. Mahomes to throw once more. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Motion man is Shakir. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go... and the Chiefs are going to get him. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. With it is Brown. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And this will be caught by Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a bit.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. They'll set up a throw.
He'll get this underneath to Stevenson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Coleman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
A quick throw caught by Rice.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now it's Mahomes again.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. On the handoff, Stevenson.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
A give for Stevenson, running right.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth from 19 yards away. And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And he returns this to the 22. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Now here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. This is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 23. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
They'll drop to throw.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Mahomes going to throw. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
A costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Ramondre Stevenson
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth. All tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
And that's complete to Brown.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Mahomes.
And his throw is incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. A critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Defense.
Here's 1st and 10. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is just depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Pacheco once again.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Butker's kick here is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So now the Steelers down by a field goal, 1:09 to play. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space.
That's caught by Addison.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. Taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Maybe looking for a flag, but they're not going to get one there. They took a shot, hoping to find a way to sneak into field goal range, but it's incomplete. And now with time almost gone, the task gets much more difficult.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over.
Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year, always a special one, and love